Look who came to our house to visit. You say hi.
Hi.
You say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Oh. So I'm having just toast with butter and peanut butter, and I will put all the points on the right side. Just having some tomato soup for lunch, and I'm going to be having 10 crackers in there. Hey guys, I am over at picking up some dog food over at Marathon Town and Country over here, and I'm heading home. I just got done dropping off Elena, so we are going to head back home and have some dinner. We're going to make some Asian lettuce wraps tonight. I'll take you along. Alright guys, starting dinner tonight, and what I have in here is just 1 pound of the ground turkey, and I'm just going to add taco seasoning to this once I get it close to done here. And that's all I'm doing so far. And I did add about probably a half of a small onion in there. So now I'm just going to let this fry up. We are making Asian lettuce wraps today. They're so good. I added a can of chopped water chestnuts. And I just weighed out 42 grams of the hoisin sauce. This is the hoisin sauce I use. And I'm just going to add a little bit of ginger and garlic in here. There we go. And when I first started making this, I may or may not have said that I'm going to add taco seasoning. I meant soy sauce, because Asian lettuce wraps wouldn't really be good with taco seasoning. So I just added, I'm going to say a tablespoon of that, and then we're just going to dump in the hoisin, 42 grams of that, and then I just give all of that a good stir, and I'm going to let this reduce down until there's no liquid left in it. And I'm going to do that on medium heat. Alright, this is done. I turned off the heat, and we're just going to use this tri-colored coleslaw. This is the lettuce I've been using. I've had this for almost 2 weeks now, and it is in great shape because they have it still in the dirt pod. So yeah, it's awesome. It's really crispy yet, so we'll probably end up using this up today. Okay, because these lettuce leaves weren't big enough to wrap, I just chopped them up, and we're just going to have this right over the top of this lettuce. My son loves this stuff too, so we're going to have that over the top. And then I'm going to put a handful of cabbage, some green onions chopped up. I mix some hoisin with some water so it's kind of like a dressing, and we're going to pour that over the top. And that is it. That's all she wrote. So if you were going to make this into a wrap, what you would do is take the larger lettuce leaf, fill it with your turkey crumble stuff, and then put a little of the coleslaw on top of that with your onions, and then sprinkle the sauce over the top of that, and then roll it up and eat it like kind of like a hot dog bun. But since it didn't work that way, we're having it as a salad. It tastes the same, still super good, so it's super easy to make too. Took me maybe 15 minutes to make this. Fast dinner. Good morning, guys. It's a cloudy kind of day today, and it is 70 degrees. It's really humid though, so it feels warmer than 70. But I have not had anything to eat yet. I had a small coffee, but it was only 3 points, so I'm doing good there. And then I am right now going to my niece's house to go play some games because it is Friday. And I'm going to be editing hopefully all of my videos when I get home. I've been just so busy. I have not had time to edit anything, but I have all of this week off from children, and we are going to be going on an anniversary trip, so I should be having some time tonight when I get home. So I just could not miss game day, of course, because it's part of my highlight of my week to get away and just play games all day. And I will talk to you guys later with what I eat today. It may not be good today, but we'll see how I can do. I'll share it all with you though. We're still here playing games. I'm having soup and a sandwich. It's summer sausage and cheese. And a Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar. And we're playing Silver Bullet just to get Heather mad. I am picking up our Walmart order right now, grocery pickup, to get some healthier foods and vegetables and fruit. Because I had so much to eat at my niece's house, I'm having pineapple for supper, and I'm going to have a coffee. Good Saturday morning, guys. It is such a nice day out today. It's not really sunny. We're starting to get some peaks of blue skies there, but it is 68 degrees, and it is so nice out. So I'm out on the balcony doing some planty stuff. I've got my moss soaking in water because I'm making up a moss pole right now for my monstera, the small one. It's actually not a monstera, but they call it a mini monstera. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on right now. Oh, and by the way, I just had coffee this morning so far. Of course, I forgot to record that, but it was 5 points. But it is breezy out. It's not super humid. It's just perfect weather out here. I might even try to take a walk down the driveway and back later today. Okay, I got that all filled up, and these little triangle things here click right into here. Like this one is not clicked in yet, so you just kind of squeeze it until you hear that click on both sides. This one is also not clicked in. Sometimes if you're not careful, those things will break right off. I've broken a couple before I learned how to do this. And I just took the moss and wrung it out just a little bit. There, all done. And now I'm gonna, this is what the other side looks like. So this is where the roots will grow into this wet moss here. And I just took it out of here. I see how it's dripping. I just wrung that out a little bit so it's not dripping, but I didn't wring it out like really well. But you want it damp, pretty damp yet, because that's what entices the roots to grow in here. And I usually spray these with water every other day, probably every day once winter comes, because it's going to get a lot drier. I'm going to go get my plant now, and then you pack it with soil on here when you put it into your pot. And I get these off of Amazon, by the way. All right, I traded out my moss bucket for my soil bucket, and I just got, this is the pot I'm going to put it in. This is a 5 or 6 inch pot, I think, and I'm going to put both of those in there, so it's quite a bit bigger. But I also need to add that in, so that's why I'm going so big. Otherwise I just go one size bigger for these. So I'm going to do that, and that's what they call a mini monstera, but actually it's not technically monsteras. I got one cleaned off and ready to go. These are really strong roots. You can see how they grow into this wood bark. I can't get that off of the root or I'll probably break it. So I'm going to leave it on there. It's really grown in there well, but they love to grow on root bark. It's orchid bark. They love that. I have lots of orchid bark in my mixture, but I rinsed off the old soil as much as I could just to make sure. This soil was from the previous owner, and it's grown 3 leaves since I've had it. So it was just the 4 leaves on there when I bought it, and the roots look awesome. They're gonna go in that pot as soon as I get this one out, because I'm gonna put them in together. This one's a little harder to get out. Okay, I got mine out. This I had since it was a teeny baby, and I know the soil is good because I put that soil in there, so I know it's good and healthy, and I'm just not going to disturb these roots at all. You can see the little roots growing here. That these are by my fingernail here. That's what's going to grow into the moss poles and make this way bigger and stronger. Okay, I've got these hung on to the moss pole here, and I'm going to just add my soil in here just so I know about where the soil line has to be. All right, it's all done. It looks beautiful. Can't wait to watch it grow. And I've got both of them in there. So this will be a nice full plant. So I'm going to water it in real well, use some Super Thrive, water it in really well, and then next week I'm going to fertilize it. I'm not going to fertilize it right now because they both have just been fertilized like 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm not going to fertilize it. I'm just going to put in some Super Thrive. Here's the Super Thrive. I get this on Amazon as well. Works really good. This is like a transplanting shock help. And you just put in the tiniest amount, just a couple drops. Because it's 1 drop for 4 ounces. So that is about good. And then you just give it a shake and water your plant with it. I'll probably use all of this water in here. And I'm just going to get it really well soaked. And I've got this orchid pot, which is really nice for helping with root rot, if you get a lot of root rot, because it helps air out the soil quite a bit. I have to water a little more often, but it's worth it to me. I am having a coffee here for 5 points, and that is a snack for today.